Who's in a mood to trash talk product? Raise your hand in the comments. Hi guys, I'm here today to bring you the worst items I discovered in all of 2024, the stuff that shocked me, that I wanted to love, that I spent my money on, and even a few things that I was sent. We all have different desires from our products, and that is totally okay. This is just like, I always tell people, imagine you're coming over and I am not filtering myself, I'm just giving you my dish for what I like. And we might have differing opinions, but like I'm not holding back. This is the stuff that just did not do it. Let's start with mascara. We have something super expensive from La Perla. Yikes, smells terrible. Is this legal to sell? I got this on Amazon and it smells expired. I don't think the line's around anymore. So sometimes the higher end items on Amazon, I don't know. Are we questioning things? Because this should have been better than it was, especially for the price tag. All right, CoverGirl Lash Blast Lash and Brow Serum does not do a dang thing. This is the most rubberized wand for something like that. It's just not comfortable. It didn't do much. Pass. This next item will be slightly controversial because a lot of people loved this one. I was not that person. I have needs when it comes to mascara. You gotta curl, you gotta separate, you gotta lengthen, you gotta volumize, but not too much. We want fluttery. You've gotta not flake. You've gotta last all day. Like, I want the perfect mascara. I will forever be on a mission to find it. And when you fall completely short of the mark, rejected. It's over. We're breaking up. This one right here did not do anything. And do we see, like, literally, like, you can hear the stopper on this is terrible. There's so much product on the wand. The rubberization of the wand is very flimsy. I don't want to get my finger all wet with mascara, but it's like very boing, 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 and it doesn't have like the firmness that you need. Easy Blur from Huda didn't do anything for me. Like, I want baby face. When I'm doing blurring, that's why I've been such a lover of the Tarte Smoothing Primer, because I actually can press the thickness of the product into the pore, and I feel like it spackles my face. Not everybody loves that, but I'm looking to really blur and remove the look of my pores when I'm using anything blurring. This one just had too much, like, it's too slippery for me. It did not do enough. The one that's a little slippery and a similar texture to this one that I do love is in my favorites of the year drugstore, which is from Milani. Shout out. That one will get it done. Urban Decay, I love you. Urban Decay honestly has been so gracious. Like, I did a review that was not flattering. I didn't like this foundation. They were so kind, like, and encouraging and appreciating of the feedback. And I know this was a big launch for them. So I did feel kind of like, oh gosh, like, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? But it was a full day wear test. I didn't like the product. A lot of people do love it. And again, we all have different skin types. We're all at different places in life where our skin is doing different things. Keep that in mind, especially with foundation. But this one, from the packaging, which a lot of people liked, I just found it messy, to just how it broke apart. And I got like greasy and dry simultaneously. There was something in here that did not jive with my skin. And so this one was a dud from 2024. Now, surprisingly, I really love this one from Wet n Wild, the Impossible Primer Base. Silicone-free pore filling. If you're after that, if you're like, oh, I want the Tarte one, but too expensive, and also I don't want silicones, get this. This one's fantastic. So I obviously thought the stick would also be fantastic. Ooh, she was wrong. She was wrong. This one does not do anything. You kind of glide it on the skin and you almost hope for more. You're like waiting for a transformation to happen in the mirror and it just doesn't do anything. So do not love, kind of the same product, different way to apply. I'm mystified as well. Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Bought it, used it once. Did I use it again? No. And I like rediscovered my love for Too Faced this past year. This spicy AF lip liner. So many people are like, this is where beauty is subjective, because that is my favorite lip liner and I swear by it. And I'm like, yo, I love the color, I love the creaminess, and if I could handle the sting, I would be right there with you. But for me, I feel like I dunked my outer lip in like jalapeno sauce or like rubbed a hot pepper on my mouth. This is ghost pepper spice. This right here also, Shadow Insurance, just kind of feels like a step that you think in your brain, you're like, is this necessary? Is it doing anything? I don't feel like it made my eyeshadow more vibrant or longer lasting, so this is going to be really tough for me to do because RMS Beauty has one of my favorite primers. They have one of my favorite mascaras, and I'm a mascara snob, as we just saw. A lot of their products I really, really enjoy. I don't like to heavy hit on brands that are smaller as well. Like, But this one right here, the packaging's so cute. Like, can I just give a standing ovation for this like rubberized, beautiful packaging? However, this is another one of those situations where splattering can occur because it's a little bit tough to get the doe foot applicator out. I don't know why these looked weird on me. Like the oil didn't lay down without looking patchy. That's the best way I can explain it. And like you get the doe foot applicator out and it doesn't really, like, do you see? Like I just took that out. It doesn't give much. Like you kind of feel like you have to do this thing, but then you're like, oh, and you're trying not to splatter it everywhere. Chocolate mascara that will flake everywhere. It looks cute at first, but then all of a sudden your eyes itch and it's flaking everywhere. I love this color. If I could find a mascara that had this kind of warmth where it's almost reddish brown, like it's a milky chocolate. Look at that delicious color. It is like fudge frosting and it's very flattering on the eye, but sadly it irritates my eye, probably from the heavy fragrance. Revolution. Now, this is a lip product that is so messy and, dare I say, a little bit too juicy. So we can, look at that. Oh God, I like barely touched my hand. And it's like maracuja on crack. Like this is clump, lump, not cute. Foundation pass. This is from Wet n Wild. Get their tinted moisturizer instead. That one's hot. Get their photo focus instead. So iconic. Hot, hot, hot. This one, this niacinamide skin tint with 5% niacinamide and hyaluronic acid. Really like nourishing ingredients. It's gonna hydrate the skin, plump the skin, but it's patchy. It doesn't really give much coverage. And when you're not giving full coverage, I think when a formula looks patchy on, it's even worse because you're just getting this like barely whisper of coverage and then like unevenness. Gwen Stefani, Dewy Plump Collagen Lip Gel. I loved this at first and then it took a wild turn where I started noticing that it was getting gummier and gummier. Like if you apply it once, a tiny amount, you're okay. But if you reapply this gloss on the go, you are so screwed. It will get just like lumpy and weird and separatey. It almost gets uneven. Like it almost settles in the fine lines of your lips and then kind of gets uneven over time, if that makes any sense at all. I really love Give Cosmetics. I love a lot of their, like the Twinkle Eye. I love a lot of their face products, but this just was not it. Bobbi Brown also kind of had a similar thing, but this one was the worst. This was like, is this an error or am I applying it wrong? Or is this just not for me? Like I looked crazy when I wore this gloss and I'm not even exaggerating. The separatey issue happens whether you put a lot of product on or a little. This smells like kitchen cleaner to me. It's very expensive. It didn't do what I needed it to do. Stick with the OG glosses from Bobbi Brown. Those are truly beautiful. This new one, which is like a plumping serum gloss, is a pass. About face, no. I'm wearing a black turtleneck. Let's see how this goes. This is Splatter Central. I hate the applicator. I don't like to go on the face like so. I like to use a brush, so it's like trying to get this on a palette and then getting my brush in it is an issue. And also this did not wear the best throughout the day. It initially looked really nice when I tested it out, but like halfway through the day, I was kind of greasy, it was breaking apart, and I'm just not a fan of the formula. Also, this is just lackluster and not the greatest. Now the liquid shadows and like that double-ended shadow stick that I love so much, amazing. Like some of About Face is so good. I love their packaging. I love a lot of the products, but there are a few in my opinion that miss. Now this gloss is one of them. It just doesn't give what you want it to. It's too thin. The glimmers in there are not in harmony with the metallic, so it just looks a little bit weird on the lip, and I don't like it. Oh my gosh. Is this whole video just me being like, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. No, I don't like it. No, I don't like it. And this, I don't like it. Wow. Color wow. This Style on Steroids, performance enhancing texture and finishing spray. I bought it because texture and finish, I was like, oh, this will be like the Unite. This is nothing like that. It is so sticky. Now I love my root lifter, the Color Wow, the spray on the root. I've gone through bottle after bottle after bottle after bottle. I'm a big fan of Color Wow, don't get me wrong. But if you don't like stickiness in a finishing spray, pass, hard pass. L'Oreal Elnet is so much better. What on the earth was I thinking? I'm pretty sure you guys know how I had the mystery of like, I think I held a curling iron too long in the front. I think I did that and then I ruined my hair. I actually, looking back at videos, I'm like, oh my gosh, was this the situation? I saw so many people have such success with this. Oh, like bits of my hair flew off into this portion right here. This is a split end trimmer that I got off Schmick Schmock. And I hate this thing. And I just am here to tell you guys, go and get a haircut. Go and get a quick trim. Just, this is too dangerous. I feel like, I don't think it's doing any, I just don't think so. Milani. As much as I loved so many products from Milani 2024, this one is honestly no good. It's a liner that if you don't hustle your buns to get like a perfect wing, which I don't know who can do that, okay? I always have to go back in, like, course correct and kind of even things out. This does not layer. You will actually drag some of what you've originally laid down off if it's already dried, and that's my chief complaint with this. Don't like it. There are so many better options for liners at the drugstore. This was a miss. Revlon, what are we up to? Serum tint. Of course, I don't like you. Serum tints are just generally not for me anyway. This one right here was just too hydrating, so it might be my skin personally that didn't jive with it. Have you guys tried this? Let me know what you think. This is the Illuminant Serum Tint from Revlon with SPF 15. I just could not get a good skin day out of this one, so it was a pass. The Jelly Slime from MAC for holiday. I'm still confused by this. This is 24 karat copper. I bought this at Nordstrom myself, and I wanted to wait to like give a live reaction. I filmed a short and I was like, oh, it's so beautiful. Like, I saw it and I looked at it in the store and I'm like, this is gonna be so great. It's like the most dreamy duochrome. It has so much going on in here. Yes, holiday. And I was really optimistic in the beginning of what I was filming. Like, I'm like, MAC has done it for holiday. It's the Gift of Gold collection. And it just takes a quick turn. And at the end, you see me swatch it on my chest and literally there's nothing there. Whether you put this on the eyes or the cheeks, it feels like heavy Vaseline. And for the glitter payoff, it's almost undetectable, except for there are big chunks in there that kind of stand out, and it just kind of looks like you made a mistake with your makeup. I hate this one. I will go ahead and boldly say that I hate this product. And then these were from holiday last year. I just wanted to show you that they don't do much. It's overspray. The Tom Ford one is so much better. I'm always intrigued by these glitter dipped metallic numbers where like you look at the outside and you're like, please God, let it do that to my lips. And it never does. No pizzazz. No pizzazz in these whatsoever. Oh my gosh. I wanted to love. I'll tell you a secret. I actually filmed a short with these. Again, where I was like, I just got in PR, this new collection from Buxom. And I was so disappointed with how they were looking that I ended up like getting sidetracked and like swatching them and weirding out and being like, why is this not working? And I never even finished what I was filming because the product was that bad. I remember back in my days at Nordstrom that they launched Buxom lip glosses. I don't know if you know, but they're like part of Bare Minerals, part of that family. And the original Buxom glosses, like Dolly, like Chef's Kiss. Oh my gosh, White Russian, fantastic. So they are known for lip products, but these ones, cute packaging, did nothing. Rest in peace, rest in peace. Oh, this is the new one. I meant to grab the other lid. We're all so screwed with talc being removed. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. And I know I'm an advocate for more natural ingredients and removing things that can be questionable. Like if a product can perform well and not have things that could irritate the skin, could cause a problem for more sensitive skin. I know that James in particular, like even with skincare, he gets contact dermatitis if he uses the wrong thing with the wrong ingredients. So there are those of us out there that really do need options with formulation that does not have a heavy load of some of the more irritating ingredients. I used to avoid talc at all costs because I had cystic acne, and that's something that I used to really actively avoid. But I admit I like how it performs in products, and I have a lot of products that when they've removed the talc, you can tell that the formulation is so different. The Givenchy powder is one of them, the Prism Libre, and I'm sad that it will be no longer. I am using the ones that I have very sparingly, but we all saw that debacle of the new formulation being basically a highlighter. I don't know why they put such a heavy load of mica in the formula where it's very reflective and they still are calling it a mattifying formula. I think that's the problem. It's not a finishing powder. It's not like the Guerlain, the little balls. Why am I not remembering the name? I I've used those for years. The Guerlain Meteorites, those are a finishing powder that are gonna, give a little glow. But if you're selling me an expensive mattifying brightening powder, I expect to be mattified. And this won't do it anymore. Buy this instead. Makeup by Mario, the new powder. I will not shut up about this because it is talc-free. I'm wearing it today, and you can have a full day of touch-ups, and for some reason, like some unknown reason, it's like the makeup disappears into the skin. This powder is the most durable, you can go aggressive, you can't mess it up powder of all time. This would be the replacement. I'm really into it. Sad to see this one go. Westman Atelier, yet again, I wasted my money. A lot of the products are so expensive. You just hope for so much more. I bought a $60 holiday set. I like the mascara. The blush I liked at first, but it did blotch throughout the day, so update, I don't like it. And then this guy right here, L'Oreal just kind of did a take on this with their glass skin. I do need to try those, but it's so slip and slide. Like, it is going to disrupt your makeup. It's a mess. I don't like this. If you don't wear foundation, if you don't wear powder, and you want some type of a high shine, I don't want to insult it by saying Vaseline, but it is kind of like a Vaseline texture. If you want that on your face, I think you will like this. And here's the blush. I liked it at first. I thought it was really cute at first, but there is something throughout the day that just started to look weird, and it started to break apart, and I cannot have that. There we have it, friends. Those are the duds from 2024. I am going to be removing the rest of what is in the bad bin because there's like 5 times this load, but I already talked about so many things I didn't like throughout the year. I try to do fails as soon as the bin loads up, and then I kind of pick through the worst of the worst for this like big blockbuster at the end of the year total epic fail video. But we're gonna start fresh. Keep trying the new and judge what works and what doesn't. So if you're into that, make sure you like and subscribe, ring the bell, turn the notifications on. Go and have a good one, whatever you are doing. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here, even when we get a little negative and gripe, but it needs to be done. So it's done. All right, I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.